you know, whatever I was told. I can't even remember, but I remember my reaction, like, as if to say, they died from that, you know. But see, when you bother somebody that God has his hand on, come on now. Anything can be formed as a weapon to take somebody out of here. So people need to be careful who they bother, you know. That is, if they want to stay in the land of the living. And I'm going to leave it at that. But I know that the person that told me that the person was dead. Well, first of all, I think that the person who died, their whole family is wicked anyway, and do dirt and whatever. And I was led under the impression that they were some of the folks that were targeting me a couple years back when all of my stupid enemies had come together and thought they were going to take me down. Impossible, suckers. Impossible. But you more than know that now. And but anyway, I think that this individual is somebody that had targeted me, and I think their family was in on it. Now, a lot of you may say, "Well, how do you draw that come to that conclusion?" Well, you guys, let me tell you guys something. I'm a highly intuitive, perceptive person, and 9 times out of 10, I'm right about almost everything that I that I um that I perceive. And I mean, I just I don't know, you guys. I hey, I just know, you know. And the person that had died, that I heard had died, well, actually somebody, I had heard it from somebody else who knew the person, and actually had a child by somebody that I could not stand. Was like the um, you all know those people that were in the classroom, but they sat in the back because you knew they had dysfunctional problems. Like they were just like, they weren't the class clown, but they were just. It was always that one individual that was just off in the head, and everybody knew it, and they sat in the back of the room, and it was that type of deal. But anyway, the person who died had a child by somebody that was like that, and I didn't like the person that they had the child by either. He was some ugly dude that I mean, butt ugly, that I had attended high school with, because I remember him insulting me one time to my face. I didn't say anything. I didn't have to. You guys, I know a lot of people go tit for tat with people, but when you are secure with yourself, I mostly just looked at those people as if to say, I know you ain't talking. I didn't even have to say anything like, this disgusting thing trying to insult me. You can't insult me, you know. But I just remember that from all those years ago, because the trash in the area that I came up in, and that attended that high school, they were very bold in their disrespect to me, and they were very bold in their disrespect to other students, you know. But if you were secure with yourself, you know, I never absorbed any of that junk, you know. But there are people that are like sponges in their youth, you know, in their in puberty and all of that. I guess I was just a fortified vessel before I even got into high school, you know. Just I don't know, I just never had any insecurities like that, you know. I still don't, not, you know, not really, no. I mean, we all have our maybe bad hair days or something like that, maybe. But I mean, I'm a pretty positive person, and I project a positive energy, and I just don't really believe in letting things get me down. And you guys, one thing you got to understand is that when you have been battling enemies in a concentrated area all your life, you know, completely surrounded by your enemies. Some you hung out with, some grinned up in your face, some screwed your boyfriend, some, come on, y'all. The list goes on. Or wanted to, or whatever. Or some you went to the club with, some you went out to eat with, some you know, whatever, dance with or whatever. You know, when you've been battling that type of junk, because let me tell you guys something. I know that sounds like, well, why would somebody be around people like that? The average person is around those types of people. The average person hangs out with their enemies, clubs and parties with their enemies, go to movies with their enemies, date their enemies, go out on dates with their enemies, or have gone out on dates with their enemies. Some people even married their enemies. You think about the people that have been involved in your lives that were your enemies, but you place titles and labels and put them in a certain classification, and that kind of overshadowed the fact that That's an adversary, and there is no way around it. So one thing I've learned in my life is to just call it call it what it is. If a person is an enemy, that's what they are. I don't care whose blood is running through their vein. I don't care who they are. I don't care if they are a stranger or if they were a friend or ex-friend, or I've never had any friends anyway, but I'm just putting that out there for you guys that maybe have had friends. If a person is an, or you thought they were your friends, if a person is an enemy, why not call them an enemy? Don't be fearful to give people their proper titles. If it's an enemy, it's an enemy. I gotta tell you, with the exception of maybe a few people, I personally have been surrounded by my enemies all my life. And all of them were haters. All of them were haters. But they tried to hide it. And with a lot of them, bloodline or not, I knew they were haters. But what, you can't change people just because you're around them, or because you're in situations where you can't get them away from around you or get yourself away from around them. Sometimes you have to deal with your haters until you can step into a position where you are independent of your haters. And then again, and another thing, I don't know if you're ever free of your haters, because I feel like that for those of us that other people are jealous of or hate on, people are going to hate on you till you leave. People hated on Jesus. There's a scripture in the Bible about the people envied Jesus. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. Jesus is the one that created you. And you are jealous of your own creator? But wait a minute. Didn't Lucifer hate on Father? Come on, y'all. Lucifer was the first player hater. I'm telling you. And I'm just glad I'm just not that type of person. I just, no jealousy, no envy, no resentment, nothing like that. That's just not my character. Um, I hey, I don't understand people that are that way. Um, or if I just I don't get it. I guess people that are not jealous hearted, we don't understand them perhaps, and they don't understand us. I think that's how it goes. Like, why are we not haters? Why don't we hate on people? Why aren't we jealous of people? Why do we compliment people? Why can as a woman we could tell another female, oh, you look pretty, or your hair is nice, and we don't have to just act like we don't see that somebody has nice hair or nice hairstyle, or that you like their um I don't know, uh sneakers, or what. I'm just throwing that out there. See, people that are not jealous, they can give other people compliments and be sincere with it. But then let me tell you guys another thing. Then I'm going to end, because I just wanted to check in with you guys and just say, I'm good on my end. Not that I'm saying anybody cares, but I'm just putting it out there. But I totally forgot what I was going to say. But I will, it's like I just don't understand how people can be haters. I don't understand the heart of a jealous person. That's a sick way to be. I don't know. But I can't give too much away in this conference. But yeah, I grew up in a very toxic area, very toxic, disgusting. Um, you guys just wouldn't believe the things that just the environment I had to walk through in that high school and in that town, and just being in that town and just finding it so disgusting, and even attending certain churches and still getting a a spirit of jealousy off of other people thrown towards me. Going to a local church and singing, and I'm not saying that you sing at a church for applause, but when you get done with your song, you can hear a pin drop, and you can just hear like little pecks here and there, and the preacher has to tell the congregation, oh, come on, y'all can do better than that. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that kind of jealousy. My gosh. You talking about a filthy area. I grew up in one. I'm telling you guys. And the thing about it is, a lot of the ones that are that way, they were that way when they were children. I don't want to give too much away, you guys, because like I said, I got stories for